Well, you're here because you filled out a survey about a guy and he scored a C. In many important ways, this guy is falling short. Welcome to the Strong Brew, where you get answers to questions you're not supposed to ask. These are some things you may want to know about the man in your life. If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure? Will he try and use money to control you? Will he share housework or just make you do it all? In fights, when he gets angry, does he get aggressive? During intimacy, does he understand that no means no? Is he jealous, suspicious, or possessive? Will his attitude towards you change after having kids? Will he treat your parents with respect? What if you have conflicts with his parents? We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are things nobody else will tell you, things that are important for your future. This is a safe space for truth. No judgment, no platitudes, no login, no payment either. Our questions are from real life, but our answers come from science. Now, I built this thing, me and my husband, and honestly, we built it and we live it. We are both Stanford grads, we both have worked at Google, and we've been happily together since 1998. Along the way, we've added a son, now 13, and 4 dogs. We are genuine folks. If you're a woman trying to understand any man in your life, here is how it works. Go to www.thestrongbrew.life. Click on the Understand a Guy button there. Answer 10 questions about him. Watch a video tailored to your guy. That's all there is to it. It is completely anonymous, no login, no payment, no games, no manipulation. This analysis is obtained by combining solid trait psychology with cutting edge AI ML. We represent each person's personality with what is known as a feature vector. This has 10 elements, so our data is effectively 10 dimensional data. In case you're wondering how we can infer so much from just 10 questions, well, 10 dimensional data is very complex. There is a lot you can learn from that level of detail.
Okay, I think that does it for the preamble. Now let's plunge in. Let's start with this guy in his career. Will he go far or just talk big?
He is much better at making things sound exciting than actually seeing them through. When things get tough, he tends to step back instead of facing problems head on. You might hear big promises or grand plans, but his results will rarely match the talk.
Can he bounce back from failure?
When things go wrong at work, he's more likely to break down than bounce back. If a problem gets tough or stressful, he will often pull away and say, I can't handle this, instead of trying to solve it. He doesn't have the habit of dusting himself off and trying again.
What do people at work think of him? Do they like him?
He tends to rub people the wrong way at work. His words can be sharp, and he's not very gentle with other people's feelings. When something upsets him, he might snap or get angry quickly, leading to sudden arguments.
If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure?
If you do really well in your career, he will likely feel threatened instead of proud. Success makes him uncomfortable and he might pull away, saying little or avoiding the topic altogether. You may notice coldness, quick anger, or even sarcastic remarks when you share good news.
What if you start earning more than him?
He is likely to feel upset or insecure if you earn more than him. Even if he doesn't say it openly, you might notice him acting cold, moody, or distant. Sometimes he'll make sharp jokes or avoid talking about money altogether.
Next, let's talk about how he is with money. Does he overspend? Is he reckless with money?
He's not careful with money and tends to spend without much thought. When he gets excited about something, he might buy it right away, even if it's not needed. When bills or important expenses come up, he might feel stressed and wish someone else would handle it.
Does he show off and pretend to be richer than he is?
He is likely to pretend he's richer than he actually is. He enjoys looking good and having nice things, sometimes spending money to impress others, even when he can't really afford it. This habit can lead to problems with debt or stress over money later.
Is he too generous, too stingy, or just right?
He is open handed but not really kind. He can be generous with spending, especially on things that grab his attention or make him feel good in the moment. However, he doesn't think much about other people's feelings or needs.
Will he use money to try and control you?
He isn't naturally open or honest about money. Instead, he tends to be secretive, especially when things go wrong or he spends more than he should. If you ask him about money, he could get defensive or even snap at you.
Let's see how this guy is with sharing housework. Will he share housework or just make you do it?
He's not likely to take much interest in sharing housework. When things get messy or chores pile up, he might try to avoid the work or pretend not to notice, hoping someone else takes care of it. If you want a partner who shares in the load at home, he probably won't meet your expectations.
Will he help you or just boss you around and tell you what to do?
He is more likely to help by just watching or giving advice rather than actually rolling up his sleeves. When it comes to chores or things like diapers, he might stand by and offer opinions or say what you should do instead of pitching in himself. If you ask for help, he may find an excuse or quietly slip away from the task.
Now let's see about how this guy is during fights. In fights, does he try to understand your views or just win the fight?
He usually argues to prove he's right rather than really trying to understand your side. When there's a disagreement, he can become defensive or even lose his cool, focusing on winning the argument instead of listening to your feelings. You might notice him cutting you off, making sharp comments, or refusing to see your point of view.
Does he become aggressive when angry?
When he's angry, he's likely to say hurtful things or act aggressive rather than staying respectful. His temper can flare up quickly, and you might hear sharp words, insults, or see him slam doors or throw things. These moments can leave a deep mark and make home life stressful.
Does he have a bad temper?
Yes, he gets angry very quickly, often over small things. His mood can change in a flash. One moment he's fine, and the next he's upset, snapping, or saying harsh words. This is a big red flag and not something to ignore.
Will he say sorry and accept his mistakes?
He finds it very hard to say sorry or take responsibility when something goes wrong. Instead of admitting his mistakes, he will often blame you, argue, or come up with reasons why it was never his fault. You may end up feeling guilty or confused, even when you haven't done anything wrong.
Next, let's talk about intimacy and physical chemistry. During intimacy, does he respect your boundaries? Does he get that no means no?
He may not respect your boundaries well and might not fully understand or accept that no means no. When you set limits or say you're not comfortable, he could ignore your wishes, push you to change your mind, or make you feel guilty for saying no. He isn't very thoughtful about your feelings and may see your boundaries as something to get around instead of something to honor. This can leave you feeling unsafe or pressured.
If you are not in the mood for intimacy, will he react badly?
Yes, he is likely to take it personally if you're not in the mood for intimacy. Instead of understanding and giving you space, he may act upset, sulk, or even make sharp remarks that hurt your feelings. In a healthy relationship, both people respect each other's needs and comfort, something he may struggle with.
Can you trust him not to shame you or share your private moments, maybe love letters, photos, or videos, even after a breakup or a bad fight?
Sadly, you may not be able to fully trust him to handle private moments with care. If he gets upset or wants to win an argument, he might use things you shared in confidence against you or bring up private details to embarrass you later. Deep trust comes from knowing your partner keeps your secrets safe and handles your feelings gently.
Is he loyal or is he likely to want to have affairs?
He is easily distracted by other women. His excitement for new things and people means he may not stay loyal or committed, especially if there's a spark or attention from someone else. This can make you feel insecure or always wondering if he's truly with you.
Will he be jealous, suspicious, and try to control you?
Yes, he is likely to be over possessive, often acting jealous, controlling, or suspicious without good reason. He may question where you are, who you're with, or even go through your personal things. This behavior can feel stifling and exhausting, making you feel like you're always under watch or walking on eggshells.
This guy says he is protective in a good way. Is he actually just being possessive?
Yes, with him, what looks like a protective nature is really a sign of a controlling personality. He may say he's just looking out for you, but in reality, he wants to decide who you see, what you do, and where you go. He uses the word protect to cover up his own jealousy and desire for control.
Now, onto the topic of kids and how this guy will be as a father. If you guys have kids, will he make you do most of the work?
He will likely expect you to do most of the work when it comes to parenting. He does not naturally step up or share responsibilities, especially when things get tough or require patience. Instead of teaming up and sharing the load, he is more comfortable letting you take over.
Kids are very messy. Will he lose his temper with them?
When the kids mess up or get upset, he is likely to lose his temper quickly instead of staying calm. He may raise his voice, say harsh things, or even walk away in frustration. If you want a patient and steady parent for your kids, his quick temper could be a real problem.
If you guys have kids, will he still support your career?
He is not likely to support you well in your role as both a mother and your own person. While he might be okay with you taking care of the family, he seldom encourages your personal interests or needs outside of being a mother. Instead of cheering you on or helping balance the load, he leaves you to figure it out alone.
Will this man say one thing early on, maybe while dating, and then later after kids and marriage change his tune and try to make you give up your career?
Yes, this is the kind of man who might support your career in the beginning, but later expect you to quit after you have a child. At first, he may seem fine with your work or even act excited about your success. This change might feel sudden and unfair, leaving you feeling trapped and losing the independence you worked hard for.
Next, let's see how this guy treats your parents. Will he be respectful with your parents?
He's likely to act polite on the surface around your parents, but real warmth will be missing. He might say hello, smile, or do what's needed out of good manners, but he won't show genuine care or make an effort to build a deep bond with them. If you hope your parents will be treated like family and truly welcomed, you may be disappointed. He's more likely to expect your family to change for him rather than making an effort to adjust himself.
What if your family creates stress or interferes a bit in your lives?
If your family creates stress or interferes, he is likely to make things worse rather than handle it calmly. Instead of talking things out or helping you find a peaceful solution, he may get angry, pull away, or say things that add to the tension. This can make family problems much harder and leave you feeling exhausted and unsupported.
Then let's analyze the role this guy's family will play in your life. Is this man modern with you but a completely different person when other people, say his parents or bosses, are around?
Yes, he's very likely to act modern with you in private, but expect you to be a traditional, supportive wife in front of his relatives. At home or with friends, the rules may seem relaxed, but at family gatherings, he could suddenly ask you to dress a certain way, speak politely, and follow customs without question. If you value honesty and consistency, this will likely become a painful problem.
If there is tension between you and his parents, will he support you?
If there's tension, he is more likely to stay out of it or even side with them instead of supporting you. He doesn't like uncomfortable situations and prefers to avoid getting involved, even if you're upset or need his backing. Sometimes, to keep things easy for himself, he might agree with them just to avoid conflict.
Say you have a conflict with his mother, what will this guy do?
He does have the signs of being a mummy's boy. In conflicts between you and his mother, he's unlikely to take your side. Instead, he may avoid the issue, stay silent, or side with his mother to keep peace in his own family. Over time, this can make you feel second best and alone in the relationship.
Will he share all the private details of your relationship with his mother or sister?
Yes, he is likely to share details of your fights or private life with his mother or sister. Instead of keeping those matters just between you two, he may talk about them openly with his family, looking for advice or support on their side. This can break the trust between you and make you feel exposed or betrayed.
Now let's zoom out and put it all together.
So that's the story. This guy scores a C. In many important ways, this guy is falling short of the standard we would want. Being in a relationship with this man, day in and day out, feels like living on shaky ground. Some days may start with excitement or fun, but his moods can swing suddenly, leaving you unsure of what to expect.